What's up, my guys? It is Valentine's Day, so I said I would jump on and do a wee video about the heart. Not relationship advice though. Today I'm going to be talking about the adaptations that your heart makes to aerobic training. And you see there's some very specific adaptations that the heart does make whenever you are training, particularly in the aerobic zone. So the so-called zone 2, meaning kind of at a low enough intensity that you can actually talk and your sentences aren't interrupted by, huffing and puffing and panting while you're, training. Specifically in the left ventricle, which is this little chamber at the bottom left of your heart. And now that chamber fills up with oxygen-rich blood, and whenever your heart rate's in that kind of a low zone, that ventricle can actually expand much larger than what it can whenever you're doing really, really high intensity work. And as a result of that, what you get as a chronic adaptation to this type of training is your left ventricle will actually expand and become bigger in size, and this is called eccentric cardiac hypertrophy. Now, this may be found in some disease states as like a negative adaptation, but
1 kilometer into lap.
Exercise, this actually has some really, really robust health benefits. This is why whenever you see somebody who is very, very aerobically fit, you're going to find that they will have a lower heart rate or lower beats per minute. And the reason being, whenever your left ventricle is expanded in response to this aerobic training, you're actually going to be able to allow more blood to fill within that ventricle, and then per beat your heart is more efficient. It's actually going to be pumping more of this good oxygen rich blood to the working muscles, and your body's going to work as a much more efficient machine. And now if you're training for sport, or you're training for just even life function in general, if you have a more efficient heart that's able to pump out more blood, which is known as your stroke volume, so kind of how efficient that your heart is per beat, then you're going to be able to do much higher level activities with much less stress going through the heart, which is a massive benefit. You get a lot of people talking about high intensity intervals and the benefits to building endurance, but in reality you can't actually cheat your way out of these kind of aerobic benefits to the heart. If you do really, really high intensity training, you're going to be stimulating different adaptations to the heart, because there's going to be not enough time, there's so much demand to pump blood through the system that your left ventricle won't fill up as much, and you won't get the same eccentric cardiac hypertrophy as it's known. So what you want to really do is spend the time doing this aerobic based work, and then that's going to carry over into your high intensity efforts. Anyway, I hope that you guys found this post a little bit useful, somewhat informative, and if you find this kind of stuff interesting and you want to know how to integrate this into your own training, then please shoot me a message and let's talk.